Hey signers, have you looked up signs on the internet and seen variations and wondered, who is right? Are they signing it wrong? Am I signing it wrong? I'm gonna answer these questions in today's video. So let's learn how to sign what you might be signing wrong or right. So here you are surfing the web and come across 3 different ways to sign strawberry. Yes, you'll actually see this. So you might ask yourself, which is right? Who is wrong? Well, it isn't that simple because there are a variety of factors. This is how I'd like to break them down. Regional variations, evolution of signs over time, and personal and regional signing styles. First, regional variations in ASL. All right, let's start with something wild. ASL has accents.
What?
Kind of like spoken languages. Did you know that the sign for birthday can be signed different across the country? For example, this is the sign that I use for birthday. Birthday. But you'll also see birthday, birthday, birthday. There are so many different variations. It's like how we argue over how we say soda, pop, and Coke. So I have a hilarious story about this. When I moved from Oklahoma, I said the word pop. Now, whenever I moved to Texas, everyone said Coke. Now, I didn't think much about this until I was teaching ASL and I used the sign pop. Well, when I said pop, my whole entire class started mimicking me. Pop, 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 pop. Oh my goodness. They would not stop. So you know what I did? I never said pop again.
Never again.
I changed how I said it and I said Coke from then on out. So that way I wouldn't have 15-year-olds teasing me all the time. So how do you know which one is right? I'll get to that a little bit later. Now I told you that I don't use the word pop anymore, but what about signs? Well, whenever I grew up in Oklahoma, there was the sign can't used. Whenever I moved to Texas, they don't use this sign for can't. Can't. So I made the change because of the region I was living in. Next, evolution of signs over time. Let's talk tech, but ASL style. You know how our phones went from bricks to these sleek smartphones? Guess what? ASL signs keep up with the times too. The old sign for phone used to be like this. You know, the old style where it went up to your ear and then you brought it up to your mouth? Today's sign for phone is like this because it looks like a phone. And I've even seen people sign like this because of how you're texting and interacting with a phone. It's super cool to see how signs change as our world does. It makes you wonder what the sign for phone might look like in 10 years. So what about computers? Well, the older sign for computer was this. Think of those computers that filled up entire rooms. Now you'll see computer or computer, or the sign laptop or laptop. I personally learned the older sign for computer because I had an older professor. It wasn't until chatting in the community that I learned the sign had evolved. Even over the past 10 to 15 years, there have been new signs created because there are new words and technologies created, like YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. Okay, shameless plug. Be sure to follow us on all of them. Links in the description. And finally, personal and regional signing styles. Now, here is the best part. Everyone has their own signing style. It's like having an accent or a signature way of talking. I sign a bit like my mom, mixed with what I picked up from my teachers. Yes, families can sign like each other. Think of generationally deaf families, like Niall DeMarco. I bet their family has a specific signing style. Even in the documentary, Through Deaf Eyes, one of the people they interviewed mentioned that his family had a specific signing style, what they would call the Sapola family accent. Speaking of specific signing styles, I even had a professor who signed with his pinky out most of the time. It was his own special quirk. Now get this, signers in the Northeast, they sign super fast. While in the South, it's more laid back. It's fascinating to see how everyone adds their personal touch to ASL. So, to answer the overall question, who is signing it right? And how do I know which sign to use? Well, from what you just learned, it boils down to learning from deaf people and ASL teachers. If you are learning a new sign, check it from at least 2 sources. This ensures that it's used by many. And remember, use the signs that are used in your region. If you're seeing a sign out in the deaf community being used, use that sign. It's always respectful to use what the deaf people are using. And that's a wrap. It's amazing how this language can be so full of life and personality, right? Hope you guys had as much fun as I did. If you liked hanging out and learning ASL with me, hit that like button. Be sure to subscribe for more. Until next time, keep learning how to sign.